Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 8 of the WaterCast. My name is Chili, and I'm here with my co-hosts, Condensation,
What's up?
Lukewarm,
I'm lukewarm.
and finally, Mike. First up this week, we have the Flinterview with me, Chili. Week 8, nothing has changed. Thank you, this has been the Flinterview with Chili. Now on to the Condensation Station with Condensation.
Welcome back to the Condensation Station today, everyone. So, this week I'm doing something a little bit different for the Condensation Station, and that is, I'm sure you're aware, for one reason or another, that one of our valued co-hosts by the name of Mike, or Mycicle as he goes by, has been absent ever since a certain incident. But I think that, well, I will let you know that it was in fact nothing urgent. It was more or less a planned thing. I just didn't have the chance to tell my other co-hosts before the event, and that's why I was so sure of myself. And now that it has been a substantial amount of time, I think it's about time that we bring Mycicle back into the fold. So, I will begin the countdown now. He should be here any moment now. So, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey, it's him.
And there you have it. Mycicle, our valued co-host, is back from his trip. Now, Mike, now that you're here, I will take a moment to let you explain what happened.
Japan is weird, I tell you. First, okay. Well, you see, we had this,
Mike, I have a bit of a question just before you continue.
Yeah, what's that?
What happened to your feet?
You mean my hands?
Yeah, I guess.
Well, you see, well, I'll explain that as I go. You see, when a couple episodes ago, obviously, when I took a trip, we'd agreed that, well, he'd find a way to get rid of me in the process and take me to Japan, a much cheaper way of doing it. And in the process of this transportation, I guess my feet, as they once were, are now hands. So I have 4 hands now. Yeah.
So
How intriguing.
that basically explains the, I guess, the goings-on in episode 5. Yeah, I had a cost-efficient method of transporting Mike to Japan, as he said he was going in episode 4, but all I had to do was expel an appropriate amount of, I guess, water to do so.
So by killing yourself?
Basically, yeah.
Well, I wouldn't call it that. I'd call it temporarily removing myself, but either
Same
way,
thing.
the water level was reached, and Mycicle was placed in Japan. How was the trip, by the way?
It was pretty good.
Aside from the feet hand
Oh
debacle.
yeah, apart from the feet hand debacle,
Yeah, that's never actually happened before. I don't understand what happened there.
I mean, I can give extra high fives now. It's pretty epic.
Oh man, 4 at once. That's really cool. Okay, let's give it a try.
You ready?
That didn't go as planned.
That went even better than I thought it would.
Absolutely.
That was rather loud.
It's a meaty thwack, I tell you.
Yeah, I guess you could call it that. Anyway, I'm glad you're back, Mike, because now we can have you here for the discussion segment that we've been sorely missing in the last few episodes. This has been the Condensation Station today.
Thank you, Condensation. Next section we have today is Luke's Warm Corner with Lukewarm.
Hello and welcome to Luke's Warm Corner. I'm your host, Lukewarm, here with my friend, Mike.
Hi.
So, as you know, Mike is a host on the WaterCast, but I thought as he just came back from Japan, I'd give him chuck him in my warm corner and interview him.
I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, you will. Alright, so, Mike,
Yes.
what are your thoughts on sparkling water?
Well, I hold quite a honest opinion, and when it comes to sparkling water, it tastes like static in your mouth.
I can do nothing but agree with that statement.
I know.
Yeah. So how would you say sparkling water compares to other waters you've tasted. So far, this week's water of the week is boiling water. How would you say the two compare?
Well, I think the positive with boiling water is it's still normal water. Even though it is burning everything in your mouth, it still tastes like water. Whereas sparkling water has that weird sparkling taste and what I presume static tastes like. So yeah, boiling water is probably better.
I once licked my TV and it was the static came quite close to what sparkling water tastes like, so I can confirm.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, staying on the topic of Japan, how would you say the water over there compares to the water in the country that we are currently in?
Well, you see, Japan has quite advanced water filtering systems and cares a lot
How
about
so?
their... Well, you see, they do lots of stuff to their water, but they make sure it's as pure as possible before it comes out the tap. So, I can tell you that even tap water in Japan is almost as good as night water.
So they filter it a lot.
Well, they put it through lots of natural filters, which is made out of natural ingredients, and this filters out anything unnatural, leaving the water as its most natural state.
Wow. Is there any other part of Japan's water that you'd like to talk about?
I'd like to talk about their salt water, because I can say I tasted some of that, and that's interesting.
How does it compare to salt water over here in this country that we're currently in?
Well, the water in this country we're currently in is quite a lot very salty.
It's more or less salty than Japan's water?
I'm going to give that a solid yes.
All right, then. Well, thank you for that, Mike. Before we wrap
problem.
up, should we try and play a game? Should we play the game?
We can play a
I
game.
feel like you're going to cheat because you're our host and you know the questions,
I
but
don't
we'll
know
do
the
it anyway.
questions. I don't pay attention.
Okay, so,
Hey, I mean, he's been dead for a few weeks. You can't know that much.
I mean, yeah, probably. You have 30 seconds to answer 10 water-related questions. For every answer you get correct, you get a point. After the game, we'll tell you results and put you on the leaderboard.
Awesome.
So, you ready?
As ready as I'll ever be.
3, 2, 1. Name a location where one might buy a bottle of water.
The supermarket.
Yes, name 4 oceans. All 4 oceans.
All 4 oceans. The Pacific, the Red Sea, because
Nope.
that's a
How many liters of water should you drink a day?
1.5.
1.2, but I'll give it to you. How much of the Earth's water is drinkable?
5%.
2.5. Name 3 brands that sell water.
Dasani, the water company, and Pump.
Sure. Judges, the water company?
I give that a big old no.
I'm sure it exists, but I'm not sure if the water it has
wait,
is
hold on.
drinkable.
We
Let's-
have
let's
resources.
do a quick Google search.
The
This is
water company.
so if Mike gets this point, he will be at 3.
WellingtonWater.co.nz.
Good
No.
enough for me.
No,
That's
no,
good
wait,
enough. No, that's good
there's
enough
a-
for me.
There's a Facebook thing from Oklahoma. So, yes, it does exist, but I don't know if it's for water. Fine. Yeah, sure. It exists. Close enough.
Congratulations, Mike. You are tied in second place with Connor, Ben, Robbie, and Sam.
Hell yes.
Currently on the leaderboard, we have Moist at 6 points. Connor, Ben, Robbie, Sam, and now Mike at 2 points. Oh, sorry, 3 points. And Seth at 2 points in third place. Thank you all for listening. This has been Luke's Warm Corner. I've been Luke Warm, here with my friend and fellow podcast host, Mike.
Thank you. I'm Mike.
Thank you, Lukewarm. That was very interesting. Next up, we have Chill Time with Chili, which is also me. So we're going to find another water quiz. So I've just got Google open with the words water quiz searched, and the first 4 results have already been done.
Yeah, we've been keeping up with these pretty well.
Oh, let's try ducksters.com.
Actually, on that topic, Mike, have you been keeping in with the WaterCast on your trip?
Of course. Why would I not? You see, I was keeping tracks on their Twitter, at WaterCast1, their Reddit, and many other great
What a
things.
good plug. Thank you, Mike.
Thank you, Mike.
No
Okay,
problem.
here we go. Let's start with, which of the following is the chemical formula for water? I think we know that one by now.
H2O.
Should be H2O, shouldn't it?
It's not going to give us an answer, but that's okay. Which of the following is the solid state of water? Ice, liquid, salt water, vapor, or none of the above?
I'd go
Ice.
with crunchy water, actually.
Ice, same thing. Which of the following is the gaseous state of water? Vapor. This is really not
Vape.
Vape.
Okay, just a bit of a side tangent. If you vape, then you're corrupting water, and stop it. Before I
Please
come
stop
to your house and I drink your spinal fluid.
If you
I
vape,
don't want to, but it has to be done.
That is.
It is a
good
sacrifice
plan.
I am willing to make.
another side one. If you vape, it is not good for your health. Like smoking, there is lots of deadly chemicals in there, so don't vape. Love, Mike.
Tastes yucky for your tummy. Okay, next. Around how much of Earth's surface is covered with water?
Lots.
The options are 5%, 20%, 40%, 55%, or 70%.
I believe 70% is correct
70%.
there.
What is potable water? Water that has been polluted, water that is frozen in glaciers, water that is drinkable, salt water from the oceans, or water contaminated with deadly bacteria.
Water in a pot.
Well, that's not one of the options, Mike.
It's one of the new options.
I'm actually not sure on this one.
Me
That's
neither.
strange.
I'm going to say
Polluted.
water that's frozen in glaciers, maybe? No, water that is drinkable is my guess.
We'll never know.
Let's just go with that then. True or false? Water is only found on Earth because hydrogen and oxygen are rarely found outside the Earth's atmosphere. I put false.
Didn't they
think
find
that's
water
false.
on?
They found ice, didn't they?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
ice on Mars.
Alright.
Space night water.
Which of the following is a way that water is used by humans? All of the above, obviously, because every time it shows all of the above, it has to be that.
Yeah, all of the above is generally correct.
I would go with that. Yeah.
Through
Yeah, all
what
of the
action
above.
do most people use the most water every day? Brushing their teeth, washing clothes, taking a shower, flushing the toilet, washing dishes.
Enjoying it.
I think washing their clothes.
Washing
Ooh,
the dishes.
On that topic, I
I'd
think
say flushing the
in
toilet.
one of our older interviews, Mike talked about how you can drink from your clothes. I have since tried it. The clothes do interfere with the taste a bit, but otherwise
Fiber
it's
water.
pretty interesting. Yeah.
Are we going to go with flushing the toilet or washing the dishes?
Flushing the
enjoying it.
toilet.
Flushing the toilet.
I
Okay.
enjoy flushing the toilet.
You enjoy watching the water go down in a spiral.
Yes. And the
Okay.
little poopers.
True or false? Pure water usually has a very sweet taste when all the impurities are removed.
I'm of the belief that it does.
Water is
Yeah.
pretty sweet anyway. I
What
guess.
elements make up water? This is the same as the first question. Hydrogen and oxygen. Okay, let's
6.
check our answers.
Do we win?
Our test score, 90%. Which
That's
did we
right.
get wrong?
What did we get wrong?
What do we get wrong?
Toilet water.
Is it gonna tell? Okay, so apparently pure water doesn't have a very sweet taste. That's a lie.
That's
so we
subjective.
basically
That is very
we
subjective.
got a 100%
The whole
score.
podcast subjective, but I think we're all in agreement that it's false.
Especially at nighttime.
Why?
Okay, thank you. This has been Chill Time with me, Chili. Next up is Water Wars with condensation.
All right, welcome back to Water Wars this week. Today I will be talking about boiling water. Now, boiling water, I'd say, at least in my opinion, is a preferable alternative to sparkling water if you want something a bit more extreme. It is very hot, but it burns your mouth in a very different way to sparkling water. But some people actually prefer boiling water with nothing in it over alternatives like tea or coffee, I've noticed, which is admirable considering it's not polluting your water, it's just making it hotter. Although I myself prefer water colder than hotter, I still think it is a preferable alternative to something polluted. Now, I have just finished boiling up a nice cup of water here, so I will give it a taste test before I give it a rating. That's got quite a kick behind it. All right. I will give boiling water a 6 out of 10. It's got a distinct taste and it's got quite a kick behind it, and it's not polluted in the slightest. In fact, it is very good at getting pollutants out of water. So I will give that a 6 out of 10. Our leaderboard currently is night water at 10 out of 10, spring water at 8 out of 10, rainwater at 6 out of 10, boiling water also at 6 out of 10, sparkling spring water at 2 out of 10, and fountain water at a 3 out of 10, and tonic water at a 1 out of 10. Thank you. This has been Water Wars.
Thank you, Condensation. That was very interesting. A good in-depth view at boiling water. Next up is Warming Up to You with Lukewarm.
Hello, my name is Lukewarm, and welcome to a segment of our show I like to call Warming Up to You. Today I'm going to hit the internet and answer hard-hitting questions surrounding the water community. Question 1. If Jesus was born in modern times, what sort of beverage he would have turned water into? Right, first of all, that doesn't sound proper English. Secondly, I think he would have turned water into maybe a nice refreshing glass of, say, Coca-Cola, even though it is a soda and is quite controversial on this podcast and in the water. Is fluoride in drinking water totally safe? I'm going to say yes. Yes, it is safe. There is a lot of reports stating how it's safe to drink it is, and anyone who says that it's not really needs to do some research. There's a lot of information out there about fluoride and the safeness in drinking water. Why do girls buy expensive bathing suits and wear them to the pool/beach yet never get in the water? I think a better question to ask would be, why do people wear clothes when going swimming? I personally am a firm believer in letting the water completely surround me. If I wanted the pureness of this wonderful liquid, I'm just going to ingest it. I'm going to let it ingest me, if you will.
Did someone say watervore?
Yes. When I drink water, sometimes I'll hear a slushing in my belly. Can anyone else hear that too? Yes, we can all hear that. Please stop. No, I'm just kidding. If it's splushing in your belly when you're drinking it, it's probably the same. It's probably similar to when you tap your head and you hear a hollow sound, and you might want to get that checked out. Is it normal to piss in the shower? Well, a wise man once told me there are two types of people in this world: people who piss in the shower and liars. I hope that answers your question. And lastly, is there a term for when you try and wash away semen in hot water and it goes really clumpy? I wasn't aware that we were going this low.
The term is clumpy water.
Semen jokes, really? We were doing semen jokes now? Clumpy water, I guess. Thanks, Mike. And lastly, I know I said this last time, but before I finish this segment, the last question I'd like to answer: can not drinking water cause anxiety attacks? Yes, definitely.
Absolutely.
I'm a firm believer that water is it's very necessary. Of course, it's necessary, and everyone who is half sane believes this. But water is like a cell phone. Kids these days, this generation even, they get real heavy anxiety if they're not with their phone. And I've spoken to some people, and this has happened to them. And I think it's the same with water. Not drinking it can cause anxiety attacks because it's so pure, it's so soft, it's so sweet. It just calms you down. And that's why I'm a water whore. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Lukewarm. Good to know. Next up, we have our discussion segment, The Drip Line, with Mike.
Hello and welcome back to the part of the podcast I like to call The Drip Line, with me, Mike. Today we'll be discussing a hard-hitting question. Fiji water.
Yes, Fiji water, indeed. So, what is your question, or rather, what do you want us to talk about when it comes to Fiji water, Mike?
Is it a scam, or is it not?
It's water for people that have AirPods.
Elaborate on that, though. What do you mean by, is it a scam?
So, basically, when he's talking about a Fiji water scam, I think what he means is that the Fiji water it works in such a way that basically people who own the Fiji water will say, okay, we're going to be making this Fiji water, and it's for 20 bottles of regular water, and we'll give you a bottle of Fiji water when it's ready for you to have. And then they give them 20 bottles of water, and then they just leave and they don't give them the Fiji water. It's like an exit scam, but with water.
Fun.
I believe the question was actually directed at me. However, I will elaborate upon what you mean. What do I mean by is it a scam? Well, first off, is it really worth the money? Is Fiji a country? And is Fiji water really from Fiji? All of this will be discussed in the coming moments.
Okay, so I can confirm that Fiji is a country.
Well,
But
Are we sure it's not just made up like Finland is? If
Yeah,
it-
does
yeah.
Fiji is country?
you see,
Okay, so it's common knowledge that Finland doesn't exist. Sorry to anyone who thinks they're sorry to anyone who thinks they're from Finland, but you're lying.
What's it like spending all of your life swimming in an empty ocean?
A wise man once told me there are two types of people: people who aren't from Finland and liars.
I thought you were going to say the pissing in the shower one again.
Oh.
well, here, I'm going to answer a question. You see, according to Google and the website Nations Online, looking at Fiji, it tells us this. Fiji is comprised of approximately 330 islands. About 1/3 of them are inhabited.
So it's not even a country. It's
That's
just,
not even a country.
So
It's
it's
just
just a-
multiple little islands. Meaning,
if I wanted to make a country like Fiji, then I'd just go to a puddle, put a few rocks in it, and call it a country.
exactly.
Isn't
Meaning,
that just how they made New Zealand?
Basically. Shush.
which means our next question is very interesting. Is Fiji water really from Fiji? According to this website, wikipedia.com,
So we know it's reliable.
/ Fiji water, very reliable website. It says here, Fiji water is a brand of bottled water delivered, bottled, and shipped from the Fiji country.
That answers
Which
everything.
we just figured out that Fiji isn't a country.
So
it's
where-
in fact multiple islands.
Where are they shipping
Therefore,
from? Where could they be shipping from?
They're shipping from.
The United States.
I
My
believe.
God.
I believe Fiji water is shipping from the headquarters in Los Angeles, California.
Ah, I called it.
My God, that's quite an allegation, Mike.
Here is the last bit.
We here on the WaterCast hold no bar. Facts don't care about feelings.
We're going to talk about, is it really worth it? You see, if we go to the supermarket right now and look for some Fiji water, we will see that it is 3 times the price of normal bottled water.
So what is it about Fiji water that makes it so expensive?
Well, as I can see right here, apparently Fiji water is special because, and I quote, it's from Fiji country.
Oh wow.
Did they just make up a country and then claim to get? What if it's like an
This is,
alternate dimension country?
This is a much bigger scandal than we thought.
This goes way
First,
further than we thought.
Fiji isn't a country. Second, they claim to have bottled water there. And third, it's not even worth the price. I will investigate more and be back next week. Thank you. This has been the Drip Line with Mike, and I'm signing out.
Can we get the USSR on this?
Yes. Okay. Thank you, Mike. That was that was entertaining. And this has been the WaterCast this week. You can reach us on our various social medias, like our Twitter. That's not our Twitter.
Try typing that in your phone.
At WaterCast1. Our SoundCloud.
That is soundcloud.com/thewatercast.
Our Reddit.
That is r/WaterCast official.
And our Instagram, which is at the WaterCast. Thank you for listening.
Bye.
Goodbye.
I love you.
Bye.
If you don't drink water, if you're not drinking water right now, if you're thinking about drinking any of that disgusting carbonated soda water or any form of soft drinks, I know where you are. I will find you. And I hope you aren't too attached to that spinal fluid of yours, because you won't be very soon.